Hello everyone. It's now 7:48 p.m. in the evening. So, they're making my eyebrow itch. So, should I apologize for having multiple videos between today and yesterday? Well, I don't know if I should apologize, but I'll just say pardon me for having so many videos between yesterday and today. I got absolutely no sleep last night at all, and being made to feel unsafe and being bullied, harassed, and threatened, and gang stalked and surveilled and watched all night by, you know, homeless men who don't even fucking know me. So, like this morning, I was dozing off, but kept trying to fight to stay awake. Um, excuse me. I have so much, ow. I have a cramp in my right side. So this is supposedly a dress. Um, but to me it looks like it could be in like a nightgown, but it's actually a dress. It seems like a t-shirt dress, you know. So I just got this today, and another pair of dress pants for court, and I guess I will wear this for court. I don't care. I mean, whatever. But and I got like $10 shoes or whatever for court. So this phone is at 30%, and the other phone I have charging. So, excuse me, I don't even know where to begin, where to start. So, oh, and just from one night on the streets, my legs are back to swelling. My legs, are back to swelling again. So I wanted to say thanks to y'all who gave me thumbs up and was supportive and had my back um with the situation earlier. Um, you know, I felt like, well, the hotel situation seemed like it was more urgent and more important for me to get that out than what happened, this morning with the streetcar situation. So yeah, certain things I said in certain videos I have to repeat, and I couldn't even publicize everything. Sorry, y'all. I'm so tired. I'm trying to force myself to talk because I'm too tired to even do a video, but my thoughts are racing, and I feel like I have to get my words out. So, wow. Excuse me for yawning. Excuse me. So, excuse me for yawning. But, All kinds of thoughts are running through my head right now. So I showed videos about me being bullied, harassed, and threatened in the middle of the night. Um, I was treated with discrimination at the Lowe's Hotel downtown last night. I mean, I had to pee really bad and menstruating too at the same time. So, um, and I don't remember offhand everything that happened, but I had some harassment and abuse and bullying, throughout the day, off and on. Excuse me, but I had some good parts of the day yesterday, but um so if I would have known that I was any kind of banned or trespassed from the La Quinta on 5900 Veterans Boulevard, then I would not have gone. Friday, that was the hotel that at the last minute, after I booked the hotel out of the rain, and then Friday, that was the hotel that normally had not been requesting or demanding $50 deposit, and now they demand $50 deposit, and I didn't find out the new change until I got there because I had not been there since December. So that La Quinta and the one on Williams Boulevard in Kenner, ever since that incident happened, I voluntarily never went back to either one of those two locations. So I'm wondering if this was a new decision made today, because I was able to stay at the Ramada Inn on Chef Mentor in New Orleans like a couple of days after the jail situation. I stayed there, but now I was told that earlier today that that's one of the hotels that um that I can't go back to. But they charge like they're one of the cheapest hotels, one of the cheaper hotels. But they charge I mean they charge like a $100 deposit, I think. So Chef Ventura Highway, that's a bad area. Like I heard about a whole bunch of prostitution, drugs, and murder. And I heard a murder recently happened on that property shortly before I came there. And that was the only one time that I went there. You know. So I went there, and that was the hotel that I went to where I mentioned that the breakfast attendant called me greedy just for looking at the last donut or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. But like a couple of days after the jail situation, and I told y'all about the Uber driver who lectured and berated me about the jail situation and threatened me. I mean, I'm sorry, he didn't really threaten me, but he tried to say that, that people have a right to kill me and all that and stuff like that. I don't remember exactly. Um, but so he was the Uber driver who sent me, who transported me to that Ramada hotel. So the front desk agent told me that she said I'm on a do not rent list or do not return or whatever, but she said that basically that she didn't really have any problem out of me, or that she had basically, that she didn't really have any problem out of me, or And that's what happens. Like a lot of the times with these hotels, um, they will say that they don't really have any problem out of me. But then when the online stalkers illegally tracking where I'm staying at and then publicize the hotel, I mean, what they're doing is criminal. They won't show their faces. They won't show their real names, and they got whatever illegal tracking and spying devices. And I don't know how they're doing it. Like I am completely ignorant in elementary with everything that they're doing to me, And I'm not tech savvy, never have been really. And so I mean, so this had to have been a decision because like I had an incident that happened back in December where I was at the La Quinta on Williams Boulevard in Kenner near the airport. And I had woke up that day. I was sleep deprived and my like I would end up waking up like extremely my hips being so sore that I can't even move or bend down. And then, I told y'all about how they squeeze my organs and stuff. Like, so I found out several months ago, or maybe last year, that if you're a targeted individual and you wake up with your hips hurting, then the perps were zapping you with direct energy weapons while we were, asleep. So, well, I think I was I don't remember if I was in the middle of pouring some juice or if I had already. I think I tried. Because when I'm days of sleep deprived, I end up being clumsy as well. So I've had moments where if I accidentally spilled something or wasted something, due to being clumsy because of the sleep deprivation or whatever. And most people say it's no problem and they pick it up, But this lady, I don't know her name. Now, a lot of people have complaints about the breakfast attendants at that location, at the Kenner location. So if people complain, and I've seen it too, that they need some different breakfast attendants because they act like they hate their jobs, and they act like they're the ones that's lazy and don't want to work. There's two ladies that I've seen. They don't work on the same day, and it's a light-skinned lady with the Masonic red hair, and that brown-skinned lady. Her hair is like not that long, but she has a ponytail, and she's always eternally angry and mean and mad all the time. But both of them are rude as fuck. But I think that if it was the light-skinned lady that was there that day and I accidentally spilled the juice, then I think that the outcome would have been different. Oh, I think she would have responded differently from the other lady, the brown skinned lady. So the brown skinned lady, I give her the nickname Dirty Grumps because she got a bad attitude. And she looks so much like one of my former neighbors in Los Angeles, and Miss Tammy from Los Angeles. I think Miss Tammy and her husband Ron, they were perps, but that's a different story. But she reminded me so much of Miss Tammy. Miss Tammy was obese and overweight. Well, I don't know about obese, but she was quite overweight. And then she called herself trying to be self-righteous and thinking she got big-headed and thinking she better than me because she lost a few pounds. I lost weight. And, she hypocritically condemned me, for gaining weight and eating more excessively, during a time of grieving the biological parent's death. And so she tried to be self-righteous and talk about me gaining weight as no excuse, but the lady didn't care about me. So that's when I started calling her greedy grumps. But this lady reminded me so much of Miss Tammy, but she ain't obese or overweight, but she got a dirty attitude, so that's why I call her Dirty Grumps. So I mean, the Dirty Grumps lady, I don't know. I gave her that name, but I never called her that to her face, but yeah, I actually put that bitch on film. I put her face on film. And like, this is the lady, who bullied the breakfast attendant who bullied me. So because what she did was she didn't give me any chances, and I was in so much pain that day. Excuse me, I was in so much pain that day. And and when it's like, all I remember is I think that I tried to put the cup of juice on the table, and the moment, due to my sleep deprivation and clumsiness, the moment I put the drink on the try to put the drink on the table, it somehow missed and I accidentally spilled it. I think it was about 8 ounces of juice, between 6 and 8 ounces of juice accidentally spilled. And so the lady, she got an attitude with me and forcefully ordered me, like she tried to forcefully order me to like, she got dirty rags and tried to forcefully order me to take the dirty towels and pick it up myself. And I'm like, and I said I couldn't because I was in so much pain. And it's like, she was very mean and mad. Like, the moment it accidentally spilled, it's like she stays angry. But like, my first day dealing with her, it wasn't my first day at the hotel, but it was my first day when I saw her, because the light-skinned lady, I saw her the first like 2 or 3 times, and then I saw this lady. Excuse me. And the light-skinned lady had that Masonic red hair and dreads, Masonic fake red hair and dreads. So, but excuse me, the brown skinned breakfast attendant, like, they had these teenagers that kept leaving the refrigerator open, and I kept trying to tell them, ask them, can y'all like close the refrigerator? And then the brown skinned breakfast attendant, she gave me mean looks, like she wanted to whip my ass, and that was my first day seeing her. And so when I try to explain to her, she narcissistically brickwalled me. I mean, because she acted like she always got this demeanor like she want to fight somebody. And I'm like, how does she never lose her job with that kind of demeanor and attitude? Excuse me, And so, excuse me, so she acts eternally angry and mad all the time. And like, she's always pouting. But only one time I saw, no, a couple of times I saw her fake nice and fake happy or whatever. But the majority of the time, I really think she hates her job. And she's fucking miserable. But I don't know what she got going on in her life. But she had a problem with me since day one. Excuse me, but only twice she pretended to be fake nice. So, and I think that if other hotel guests would have made that same mistake, I think that she would have dealt with them differently. But she figured that, if she think I'm slow and retarded, if she figured she could abuse and handle me a certain way. And that's why she did that, because she figured it's easy to pick on me. So, but like the first day, like she brickwalled me when I tried to explain to her, because she turned around and looked at me like I was really crazy. And looked at me like she wanted to whip my ass or hurt me or fight me, because I had a Tourette's outburst or whatever. Excuse me. And so then later, and my eye, when she was rude to me that first day, I knew her for not even 5 minutes, and my eyes filled up with tears when she brickwalled me and refused to allow me to explain myself. And then I calmed down. I let her calm down. Then later on, I explained to her what the teenagers, what they were doing. And then she's like, well, oh, good. I'm glad you said something. But people complain about how both breakfast attendants at that hotel would do stuff like put out 4 pieces of sausage every hour or so. Rather than, excuse me, or they bring out small amounts of food, and they don't even stay on top of their job. And like my first day at that hotel, the light-skinned lady was rude to me. I think I asked her a question about the muffins or something, or if they had any more muffins, and she said, well, that's, no, ma'am, like that, But both of them are rude. Excuse me. So like the brown skin breakfast attendant, the dirty grumps lady. One time I saw her at the downtown Rouse's with her. I think that was her son, and she pretended to be fake nice. And asked me, oh, I've been missing you. How come you don't come over to the hotel no more? Just now, whatever. Well, when I went back over there, that incident happened where, as I said, they were, I don't remember if I got sleep that night, and I was sleep deprived. And I woke up the next morning, my hips hurting so bad that I could barely walk, could barely move. And it's like the lady didn't even get a mop for me. No, she wanted me to do it. Think she could teach me a lesson and, force me to, get the towels and stuff. And it's like, why is she tripping like this? And it's like, excuse me, the breakfast time is almost over anyway. The breakfast time is almost over anyway. And so, like, when she approached me in a vicious hate anger kind of way, with me accidentally spilling the juice, and I didn't like the way she approached me. Like as if I'm going to punish you because you accidentally spilled juice. She had this demeanor like as if she tried to make it like I did it on purpose. So me and her had an argument, an altercation, and she's like, "Oh, and she gonna try to tell me how to do my job." And I'm like, because I'm like, ain't it in your job description? If other guests accidentally spill, so I mean, if you work this job every day, I'm pretty sure they have had people who have, made a mistake and accidentally spilled something. You know, excuse me, but recently, remember I told y'all at one of the recent other hotels I stayed at, and I was sitting on a sofa, and then I stood up, and it caught me off guard that I didn't realize that my jar of coconut oil had it popped out of the side of my bag and fell, and the hotel staff told me don't worry about it, and they cleaned it up. But but I wasn't in pain at that moment, I don't think. But excuse me. So, after I had the altercation with that lady, the breakfast attendant, the light skinned front desk agent, the big girl, you know, she acted a certain kind of weird, you know, but always acted weird, but then, she told me that I was not banned and that everything was fine. But then she tried to make it like I was name calling. That I was calling people names for saying that the breakfast attendant was abusive and being a bully. That she tried to make it like, you shouldn't be calling names and accusing people. Like, well, that's exactly what she did. So, I wasn't kicked out the first day, but then I went up. I was told that I was not banned, and then I went up to my room, and then the next day I tried to go back down to breakfast, and that brown skinned mean lady, the breakfast attendant, illiterately said, "Wait a minute, didn't I told you was banned from here?" No, she said something about, wait a minute, didn't I tell you was banned? Not banned, but didn't I tell you was banned from here? And I'm wondering, like, since when did the breakfast attendant have that kind of power and authority to ban you from, you're just a worker. The housekeepers, they don't really have the power or authority to ban you. I thought it would be the manager of the hotel that would make that decision. So it was before the holidays, and then the holidays happened, and but I was at first told I wasn't banned, and then I would try to wait until things died down some. And then it was like a couple of days after the Christmas holidays. And I called, and the manager, his name is LaCorian or something like that, and they call him Corey. So I talked. Now, before then, he never gave me an issue. He never perked me. He never, never treated me mean, never gave me an attitude or nothing. But the light-skinned, big girl, not the breakfast attendant, but the breakfast attendant perping me with that Masonic red hair, that fake dyed red hair. And then that the brown skinned lady that I was just describing, she was a perp too, because the fact that you that rude to me and nobody else, like you single me out and gang up on me. You got a problem with me since day one. Before I can even open my mouth, before I even knew you. The lady been freaking jealous of me for whatever reason. But the light-skinned big girl at the front desk, she was a perp that would do stuff like, tapping her pen or doing some other perp activity, and then be trying to double charge my debit card when I make a reservation or check in. She tried to do that too. Her and the other, it was a brown skinned guy that he wasn't one of the managers, but he was I can't remember his name at the moment. And he was kind of new back in November or December. And he was do stuff like tapping his pen and trying to double charge me as well. Double charge, you know, try to double charge me twice. Excuse me. So them two, they were trying to double charge me twice, but like the Lacorian guy, the manager, he, as I say, he never perked me or whatever, but he is, if you get what I mean. If you get what I mean. So, effeminate. So, the Corey guy, I talked to him, right, excuse me, right after the Christmas holidays. I think it was the same week that drunk lady Yvonne had, did what she did. Oh, it was right before, And so when I talked to Lacorian, I told him what happened. And he told me, we didn't get to finish the conversation, but he told me that I was not banned. And he said he was going to call me back later on that evening. I was waiting around and he never called back. But I don't know if maybe he got too busy or something. But at that time, he told me that I was not banned. But remember during Halloween, certain people in the TI community that flipped and turned out to be fake later on and betrayed and turned against me, they were even trying to tell me that trying to tell me how to protect myself from, gang stalkers trying to sacrifice me for Halloween. So when I checked in, because before Halloween, I would be going to the La Quinta on Veterans in Metairie, the one that they just wrongfully, that when I had that situation. At that time, they were not charging no $50 incidentals or deposit. So they were that day, for some reason, the gang stalking network, they knew I was coming, and they held up everybody. Oh, my phone battery is at 20%. Excuse me. They held up everybody. They held up everybody from getting a room on purpose, just so you hold up the whole and everybody trying to check in, just to prevent me from getting a room. So, I mean, the girl at the front desk was trying to say she was new and couldn't check anybody in, and she wouldn't even let me use the bathroom. And it was frustrating, and it took hours for me to trying to get a room for the night for Halloween, to be protected off the streets. And they were trying to sabotage that. So I was forced to have to cancel that reservation. And for the first time, I had to take an Uber. And that was my first time going to the La Quinta on Williams Boulevard in Kenner. So excuse me. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I went there, and you know, it was the next morning was when I saw that light skinned lady with the fake dyed red dreads and stuff that was rude, and excuse me, but some of the other hotels that do have breakfast, a lot of the times they keep the breakfast area stocked with food and plates of whatever else, you know. But if I had moments where I would be at another hotel and accidentally spill juice or whatever, the breakfast attendant would tell me, don't worry about it, and I apologize profusely, and they clean it up, you know. Um, but this lady right here, I had never had an experience like that before, and excuse me. So, excuse me. So I had been staying at, multiple hotels and was not notified that I was banned from the actual hotel. Like that breakfast attendant trying to tell me that I was just banned from the breakfast area because she wanted to abuse her fake power and be a bully. I was not told that I was banned from the entire hotel. But that had to have been a recent decision for me to be wrongfully banned from supposedly all Wyndham hotels, because how was I able to stay in at the Ramada in on New Orleans East in March? How was I able to stay there then? I wasn't on a do not rent list then. Certain other hotels I was not on a do not rent list. This past Friday I was not on a do not rent list. So this had to have been something that occurred over the weekend or just suddenly happened today. Excuse me. So I put that brown skinned mean lady. Yeah, I put her on film and exposed her for bullying me and treating me mean and stuff. And that was back in December. So, like when Friday I checked into, because it had been since December since I've been to the La Quinta on Veterans and Metairie, or the La Quinta on Williams in Kenner near the airport. So I have not gone, and I thought I would just give it some time to die down. Excuse me. So I thought I was just, wrongfully, banned just from the breakfast area of the I was not told that I was banned from the entire hotel or banned from all Wyndham hotels. I just found that out today. So when I went to the excuse me, when I went to the as I said, like Friday was, the day when I went to the La Quinta on Veterans and Metairie, and I was given twice I was given a filthy room on the third floor and had to walk all the way upstairs. Friday night. And so the manager Keisha, she always, supported me and had my back and stuff. But I don't know after today if she has a change of opinion, not understanding the real truth about what's going on. I don't know, because she always, went out of her way and bent over backwards to help me out at the La Quinta on Veterans. She always supported and helped me out. You know, but that lady, the manager from today at that La Quinta on Veterans, I don't know her name, and that's the bitch that ruined my fucking hair back in December. The manager, and I don't know her name, but the manager was the one that I said she narcissistically abused me out of that hotel and made me not want to go back because one time, like when she tried to call me greedy over an extra bottle for me to take 2 bottles of water to my hotel room, and she tried to make it like I was being greedy and taking excess just for taking 2 bottles, like 1 bottle. I mean, and they had plenty of bottles of water. So she tried to make it like I was greedy and taking excess over fucking water. And that made me not want to go back. And she was always abusive, narcissistic, hard, and mean. And she sold her soul to the devil in order to get that management position. Abusive, narcissistic, and rich, and living the high life. And fake as hell. So that was the lady who used those younger girls that I never saw them before, and they must be new also, and they were like flying monkeys or whatever. But Friday night, the new girl said it was her 3rd day working there, and she was and she kept telling me that she was scared. And I understand why she's scared, because of that fake narc manager that y'all saw earlier, So, excuse me. Oh man, my phone battery is getting lower and lower. It's at 18% now. So. Excuse me. So I mean, I can't even think properly. So I mean, excuse me, because my anxiety is really high right now. Excuse me. So I mean, yeah. So like that, the younger girl that got cocky and disrespectful towards me, come to find out, she said she was 24 years old and gonna be 25 next month. And she threw up satanic hand signs at me. When I told her she was going to hell, she laughed and thought the shit was funny, and but when the narcissistic fake manager, I mean, like, I don't even know if it was, if they acted like as if they were up to no good and shady, and like it was like as if they were conspiring together, and because as far as I knew, Saturday morning, or when I checked out, everything was fine and dandy. And there was no talk of me being trespassed or banned or on the do not rent list. But I really think that the online stalkers strategically waited until a couple of days before court date to do this to me, hoping that I would not have any hotel room right before going to court, so that I could be on the streets. And the fake Darnell Williams perk was harassing me about how I'm going to lose my backpack and stuff. Harassing me about how I'm going to lose my backpack and have nothing. And the same online stalkers that been sexually harassing me, are the same ones calling up these places showing in my videos, and love to show the fake Minister Pensacola smear campaign video about me. And then you know, so then, like, excuse me, excuse me. So like the narcissistic fake manager, it seemed like as soon as, I mean, the two girls at the front desk were pleasant, nice, respectful, and normal at first. At first, they were. And after they saw the narcissistic lady say that, oh, she's on a DNR, she's on a DNR list, she's not allowed to come back here, that's when their whole demeanor had changed. And so, now I thought I had this all on film, but I guess I didn't. But she told me, the manager told me that this is what she said. She said, well, you on a DNR list. And I'm like, for what? What did I do? And she's like, oh yeah, because you were doing videos in our hotel rooms at one of our sister properties. And so, you were doing YouTube videos, and there were people who called me up and told me you were doing YouTube videos at our hotel property. So therefore, you're on a DNR list for all of Wyndham hotel properties. Now, like, just for doing YouTube videos, but excuse me, that she said that was her reason. She said it's because you were doing videos in our hotel. She said because you were doing videos in our hotel rooms at one of our sister properties. And so then she's like, yeah, you knew you were banned from all the Wyndham hotels. And I said, no, I didn't know. I did not know. And she's like, yeah, you even said it on video that you knew that you were banned. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, and she wouldn't even allow me to explain myself. As I said, all I knew was I thought that I was only banned from the breakfast area of the La Quinta on Williams and Kenner by the airport. Just the breakfast area. But I was told by the light-skinned big girl and that Corey manager, I was told that both of them told me that I was not banned. But all because I did videos mentioning gang stalking. Oh, now you're on the do not rent list and you're banned from all of Wyndham hotels. Now, like, ain't that about a bitch? Because I almost had enough for free. Almost had enough almost had enough points for a free hotel night. So this morning, I reserved 3 nights because the La Quinta on Veterans in Metairie was $57 or something. It was the cheapest hotel listed. And I'm like, well, I got my Social Security check this morning, so I guess I'll deal with the doggone $50 deposit, and and so for 3 nights, I would have paid like $160 something plus tax, $191 and something. But because of that incident that happened, excuse me, I was, wrongfully banned from there. And I had just gotten an Uber from fake Walmart to go there because I knew I couldn't carry all that stuff on the bus. It would have been difficult. So I got an Uber ride from fake Walmart to over there. And the Uber driver was telling me situations about her life that made me seem like made me heavily question that, seemed like she was a targeted individual being gang stalked too. The stuff that we were talking about seemed like she was targeted as well. You know. So then, you know, I mean, we had a good conversation, but at one point it looked like she had her elbow against the window for a short time. But yeah, it sounded like she was having problems with landlord and neighbors and stuff like that, and ended up being gang stalked. So yeah, she dropped me off at that hotel, and then I was told what I was told, and then I thought I was gonna have to go across the river, but I was trying to get um excuse me, I was trying to get a hotel room on the West Bank, well, in Gretna, um since I have the court date, and I would hate to be gang stalked on the way to and from, so heavy, and then not being able to have my phone or whatever. But other people, I saw them go bring their phones in the courtroom. Why am I the only one being told that I can't have my phone? So now I can't go to the Econo Lodge in Gretna no more because I told y'all what happened with that. But I wasn't told you're banned, you're trespassed. But she found covert ways to manipulate for me to not come back. So, excuse me. So I mean, I'm so it seems like people get more criminalized for exposing gang stalking than doing gang stalking. And then y'all want to talk about us having bad behavior. So, I mean, like, I, so yeah, like, when I got this hotel, because of the incident that happened, this hotel, I had to pay nearly $100 more for 3 nights because the online stalkers contacted and lied on me. So I was forced to have to pay almost $100 more for 3 nights because the stalkers called up and twisted and manipulated and lied on me. Yeah, and then I was forced to have to pay for another Uber. Like, after getting wrongfully banned and kicked out from there, I had to pay for another Uber ride. Spend more money for another Uber ride. 2 Uber rides when I was just trying to get one in at that hotel, and I thought everything was fine. That caught me by surprise. If I would have known that I was banned, like, what you mean, like, by telling me, oh, you knew you were banned? Well, if I would have known that I was banned, I mean, why was I staying at other Wyndham hotels? I had no idea that I was banned from the one, or on Veterans in Metairie. Excuse me, but it's all part of the gang stalking. And the fact that she wouldn't allow me to explain myself and was telling the younger girls to ignore me, and the younger girls were acting like flying monkeys, and while she was the chief narcissist, the chief narc, while the younger girls quickly turned into flying, disrespectful, abusive, ghetto flying monkeys. Because I mean, And I was trying to talk to the manager and was trying to let her know that those people who called and stalked, that they're sex traffickers, and that they freaking lied. They're part of a satanic cult and they lied on me. And of course, they weren't trying to listen to that. So when I called the corporate number, the customer service people said that they made it like as if that they didn't know of a way for me to contact anybody in the corporate for Wyndham Hotels. And so the guy acted like he couldn't give me a straight answer on whether or not it was true if I was banned from every Wyndham Hotel. But I called around, and certain hotels said that I was on a do not rent list, and others said that I wasn't. So I guess I'm not banned from every single Wyndham Hotel if that's the case. Excuse me. So this is so messed up what they're doing to me, y'all. To make it where I can't have anywhere to live. And then the fake Darnell Williams perp came to harass me both on YouTube and Twitter today. And I had quite a bit more harassment from multiple other people today too. So I guess, they strategically waited until today. And I guess that must be a new gang stalking script. For when people say, well, you knew you weren't supposed to do this, or you knew this, you knew that, when I didn't know. So like when the narcissistic fake manager tried to say, you knew you were banned from all Wyndham Hotels. You even said in your video, no, I mentioned about how the breakfast attendant told me I was just banned from the breakfast area. I had no idea about being banned from all of Wyndham Hotels or anything like that. So, something similar happened when Starbricker in 2020 over the summer. That was the first time it happened. That she called up Super 6 Motel in Pensacola, Florida at 7226 Plantation Road in Pensacola off of North Davis Highway. That's the hotel where in November 2019 excuse me, there was a whole pool of blood in the center of the bed, and the guy still forced me to sleep in that bed. The hotel agent. But Miss Mary, when I put her on film, she called me crazy to my face. When they wrongfully banned me wrongfully banned me for doing YouTube videos in the hotel room. Targeted individuals do YouTube videos in the hotel rooms all the time. But it's like if you mention any of the business employees gang stalking you somewhere, you're wrongfully banned from like the entire corporation, like forever. But I'm gonna keep speaking out. I'm gonna keep speaking up and keep speaking out and keep exposing. Y'all ain't shutting me up. So I guess I got more videos that I have unreleased that I'm gonna release later on. But I don't want to put too much on y'all all at once. So for me to just sit and do a video talking like this, how is that bad behavior? Tell me how just me sitting here and recording a video, how is it that bad behavior? or a felony crime. If it's criminal enough for me to get banned, you know, y'all on some shady shit. So now, I was supposed to have had over $600 left after today, with all the spending on things that I needed to. But because of me being forced to have to spend more hotel money, now I have not much over 400. And like my supplements and certain other things I need, I won't be able to get unless I had help with a way to get it. And I don't know what fees I'm going to have to pay on Wednesday. Or they want to take me back to jail or something like that. But I feel like one of the hotels I try to get into, I'm not going to mention which one, on the West Bank, it ended up being over $100. So I couldn't go, you know, couldn't afford to do, excuse me, I could not afford to do $100 a night or more. But, I mean, and you know, so the fake Darnell Williams perp was bullying, harassing, and threatening me and sexually harassing me. And he was trying to say, I'm going to show up at your court date. And he was like, yeah, that was me who called up the hotels and this and that, whatever. Now, at this hotel, one of the front desk agents said that when the stalkers contacted them and showed them my YouTube, that the stalkers had them to watch YouTube videos of me in Florida. So that the online stalkers are contacting places of business and smear campaigning and showing that the fake smear campaign video of Menace to Pensacola. And the fake Darnell Williams himself fraudulently and illegally compiled data to make me look a certain way. But only one person supported me enough to have, you know, the mindset to know for a fact that, and be supportive enough to realize that was a smear campaign video. But everybody else would think that, oh yeah, Candy really is, you know, behaving badly. I'd be days of sleep deprived and frustrated that y'all keep depriving me of my right to life. And I'm getting no closure or justice for this abuse and this fake constant reminder that I deserve to be punished. And I'm innocent. I think lying on people is bad behavior. So, you know, I was trying to make the commute to court as short as possible. But I got to go all the way across the river and spend, I mean, it would be hectic to 3 hours to take the damn bus. Either that or cab or Uber. But the gang stalkers, they manipulate for things to be way more expensive. Like, how the hell am I supposed to just... Y'all want me to, like, be struck by lightning and attacked by bad weather at night? with nowhere to go. I'm wrongfully trespassed and banned from the shelters too. And these agencies won't help me. They get an attitude and hang up in my face. Shelters will lie and say there are no beds and stuff. Now my phone is alerting me that I have 10% battery. Excuse me. So the gang stalkers, they're sex traffickers. They've been sexually harassing me via email Friday and Saturday. And they're always talking about pimp this and pimp that. And always act like they want to falsely accuse me of prostituting. Or acting like as if they're mad that I'm not a prostitute. And they brag about wanting me dead like a rabid dog. And they falsely paint me to be this out of control, crazy character or whatever. You know, when actually they have been, bullying and stalking and trying to sex traffic me. And, I feel like it's pointless for me to sell my soul or sell out. If I sell my soul, would they reverse the ban on La Quinta hotels or in Metairie and Kenner and all that? Or would they reverse the ban from places in Pensacola? No, I bet you they won't. So, me selling out, that wouldn't make my twin sister respect me more. It wouldn't make her love me more. It wouldn't make other family members love me more. So what is the point in selling out? People should be striving to go to heaven, not set people up to go to hell. Excuse me. So now, like, the cheaper hotels to be wrongfully banned from can't go. Like, y'all just got me wrongfully banned from like an entire corporation full of hotels. And I got quite a bit of harassment online this morning. And then I was harassed and bullied by a bus driver this morning. I'm sorry, not the bus driver, the streetcar operator this morning. But what am I supposed to do and how am I supposed to live? Y'all some sick people that y'all are rubbing your hands together to do this and do that, hoping that y'all can try to get somebody to commit suicide. That's evil. But it's like I'm sitting here trying to fight to stay strong and not give up. I'm trying to fight to stay strong and not give up. Keep me in your prayers and pray that they drop the criminal charges and pray that they reverse the bans on the hotel rooms because I don't deserve to be going through this. So my phone is alerting me that my battery is low. And keep me in your prayers, please. So I'm going to see y'all